Morgan.
Yes, Celeste.
You know something I've been really wanting to talk about?
What?
Have you heard of the Poltergeist curse?
Do I want to know about this poltergeist curse?
Okay, so there's a huge amount of debate on if it's an actual curse or not. But there were people arguing on the number of deaths, but 4 main deaths that were associated with the Poltergeist movies. And they happened in quick succession between the filming of the first movie, which came out in 1982, and the third movie, which came out in 1988. So a short span of time. Now, why they say it was a curse, let's start out with the more circumstantial evidence.
Mm-hmm.
So there were 2 people who passed away where it was not unexpected.
Okay.
The first of which was Julian Beck. He played Kane in Poltergeist 2, the sort of evil guy. And he was the evil creature. He passed away from stomach cancer after filming
That's a
the
shame.
movie. It was, but before the film was released. But he'd been diagnosed with stomach cancer before filming. So
Okay.
his death, while it's considered part of the curse,
Yeah.
was not unexpected. Now the next one is William Sampson Jr. He was famous for his part in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yes.
He played the Native American shaman in Poltergeist 2.
Yes.
And
oh my
he
goodness.
passed away at the age of 53 after a heart-lung transplant.
Oh.
So
Goodness.
this had very low chance of survival. So his death was also not that
Entirely unexpected.
yeah, so now we'll get into the 2 where there's a little more controversy surrounding is this a curse or not. The first being Dominique Dunn. She played Dana Freeling, the older sister in the first Poltergeist movie.
What happened to her?
Well, when she was 22 years old, the year when she did this movie, she actually died on November 4th, 1982, after spending 4 days in a coma. Her ex-boyfriend came to their formerly shared house. They'd broken up. She was living there. He came back trying to win her back. Apparently, it didn't go well, and he ended up choking her for what was estimated to be about 4 to 6 minutes after he tried to get her back, and she apparently must have said no. He choked her. She went into a coma for 4 days and then passed away on November 4th, and he left her for dead on their driveway.
What?
So this was a gruesome, gruesome murder that they later called a crime of passion. In fact, this man, he was named John Sweeney. He was convicted only of voluntary manslaughter and sentenced 1 year after she died, and he was released in 1986 after serving only 3 years and 8 months of a 6.5-year sentence.
That's some real injustice right there.
Yeah, it was considered a crime of passion, and that was what it was. But as far as we know, he hasn't been in any trouble since then. So I'm not going to give commentary on that. I think that is very short amount of time for how horrendous this crime was.
Mm-hmm. Another subject to go on all day about.
Yes.
So I'm just gonna.
But I'm happy that it appears that he served his time and went on to be a productive member of society. Unless I know he had found occupation as a chef after this. Yeah. So that's one where there was a lot of controversy on his sentencing. It was a huge source of debate, and that is the first person that is part of the curse where you could say, well, no one was expecting her to die. The 4th person is, of course, Heather O'Rourke. She played Carol Ann Freeling, the little girl that everybody loves in the Poltergeist movies, that adorable blonde little girl. She was only 6 years old at the time of the first film, and she died when she was only 12 years old. She'd been misdiagnosed with Crohn's disease in 1987 and then fell ill again in 1988. Her symptoms were attributed at that time to the flu. However, the next day she collapsed, went into cardiac arrest. She was airlifted to the hospital and died during an operation to correct a bowel obstruction.
Oh my God.
It was later thought that she was suffering from a congenital intestinal abnormality that they hadn't caught. So she was misdiagnosed as Crohn's disease when she really had this intestinal abnormality, and that was very sadly, tragically, what caused her death.
Oh my God.
Yes, so is this movie cursed? We're going to discuss two more things. There are other strange things that were associated with this movie. So Jo Beth Williams, who played the mom, Diane Freeling, claimed that there were real human skeletons used. This is unsubstantiated. She's made this claim, we don't know, but she said it was done at the time for budget concerns.
Here's what I can tell you about those skeletons. And I have heard this from an actual person who helped ship those skeletons out. The one skeleton did come from the University of Madison here in Wisconsin.
Wow.
It is a real human skeleton.
Okay.
At least one of them is.
Okay, well, she said at the time that the human skeletons were actually cheaper, and so that's
Yes,
why
they
they were
were.
used.
Very much so.
The other thing is that William Sampson, who played the shaman, he performed an authentic exorcism after the shooting had wrapped up one night, which kind of scared some of the cast members. And they're attributing maybe this curse possibly to that or the human skeletons.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys think? Do you think this was a real curse? Is there enough evidence? We just want to hear your thoughts. Do you believe that the poltergeist curse is real? What do you think, Morgan?
I think that dude had no business performing an exorcism, and yeah, that's real. I don't think it has anything to do with skeletons. I digress. I'm just going to digress because...
I tend to believe in the poltergeist curse, but I'm really curious to what you guys think.
Yeah, let's let them talk. I'll talk your ears off.
Please let us know.
Yeah.